Hi Sopranos, bonjour. We're going to sing through this lovely bit of Fauré now. And good news for you is you don't come in for a little bit. When you do though, you make a huge impact. Now obviously I'm not going to attempt to sing at your pitch. I'm going to sing everything an octave lower. Please, please, please sing in your regular pitch. When you hear the performance at the end, again, I'm not going to attempt to sing at your register. It just sounds like a chipmunk. So everything I've sung in is an octave lower. It creates a sort of slightly more barbershop texture, but I'll leave a flute part playing your line at the top to guide you along. So now you come in bar 21, having allowed the basses and the tenors and the altos to kind of set the stage for you, and you come in with this beautiful, beautiful line, Nous rompons le silence, okay, and keep everything very quiet in this first few bars. You do get a moment to crescendo after 4 bars or so, but then it's back down to piano. The first dynamic though is pianissimo. So let's sing this together. 1, 2, 3. Nous rompons le silence, divin sauveur, jette sur nous les yeux, divin sauveur, jette sur nous les yeux. And you're getting quieter all the way through that last bar or so. Now that is a very, very pretty tune, but it's not easy. You have that wide leap of a 6th, which indicates high emotion, a leap down of a 4th, and then back up. It's worth practicing that. Divin sauveur. Let's sing that together. Divin sauveur. Très bien, lovely. So let's sing from the beginning where you come in Nous rompons le silence, and remember to enjoy all of these lovely flowing melodic lines. Nice deep breath. 1, 2, 3. Nous rompons le silence, divin sauveur, jette sur nous les yeux, divin sauveur, jette sur nous les yeux. Great job, well done Sopranos. Just if you need to take a break at breath at any point there, take a note out, breathe as you need to. Whenever I've sung this with choirs, there's a lot of staggering of breath. It's very hard to stagger the breathing when there's only one of you. So now let's move on to the next section, and you come in with the rest of the choir here, and this is a moment of great intensity and great beauty, and it's marked dolce, which means sweetly, and so keep everything here. Keep it here in your cheeks. Réponse-nous le feu and so on, so that you keep that sweet, sweet sound. Dynamically, it's still very quiet for the first few bars. Then you get some real fire at the bottom of the next page in bar 40, 43, 44, 45, 46. Beautiful, beautiful writing here. So, réponds. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Réponds-nous le feu de ta grâce puissante, que tout l'enfer, fuit ensemble de ta voix. And that's a real moment of real passion, climbing all the way to that G flat and really enjoying it, and then suddenly subito piano. But we'll get to that in a minute. Let's just sing that one more time, please. Réponse-nous, remember, smiling to your eyes, keeping the sound sweet. 1, 2, 3. Réponse-nous le feu de ta grâce puissante, que tout l'enfer, fuit ensemble de ta voix. And then suddenly you have to switch from forte to piano and sing Tu si belle somme d'un homme languissante. and you can hear here how the shape of the language and the shape of the melody is requiring you to grow towards strong beats and then dying away. So let's sing that together. Now it is marked subito piano, but it is quite high, so find a balance between the sweetest sound you can make at that dynamic and the quietest sound you can make. It's better to have you singing mezzo piano even slightly louder in order to make that balance. So don't worry about singing it too quietly. I'm sure Fauré wouldn't mind. Okay, after 3, 1, 2, 3. Lovely, well done. Now the basses sing tenors and the altos. Now you reflect what the tenors have sung. So you sing after 1 and 1. Qui l'a conduit à l'oubli de tes lois. And open your mouth nice and tall on that first note and pull back, and you'll get a lovely shape to that. So let's sing that together. Qui l'a and 1. Qui l'a conduit à l'oubli de tes lois. Excellent. Then the basses sing again, and the tenors and the altos and sopranos. Qui l'a conduit à l'oubli de tes lois. Let's sing that bar together. It's bar 57 and 1. Qui l'a conduit à l'oubli de tes lois. Very nice, and that is all forte. The basses will then get quieter as we head now towards the end. Now the basses, as I say, get quieter and they sing the music that is from the beginning, but with different words ever so slightly louder. So the basses sing, O Christ soit favora, and the tenors. And it's all the same music, just with a few more notes in the rhythm. And the altos pick that up. Now you start something new. It is reminiscent of the opening, but you are now leading us towards the coda, towards the tail and the end of the piece. And you sing after 3, 2, 3. Reçois les chants qu'il offre à ta gloire immortelle et de tes dons qu'il retourne comblé. Really nice line, and often you're moving when the rest of the choir isn't, and vice versa. It's very clear you have a really important and very prominent melodic line there. So let's sing that together one more time. So we're going from bar 67, Reçois les chants qu'il offre. 1, 2, 3. Reçois les chants qu'il offre à ta gloire immortelle. Lovely. I made a little error there in the playing whilst turning the pages and accompanying and singing. So just let me sing for you at the de tes dons, which is starting in bar 71, just so there's no confusion. 2, 3. De tes dons qu'il retourne comblé. Okay, so qu'il retourne comblé. All right, and then the very last section there on that page, which is starting bar 75, is subito piano again. You hold your note on bleu for 3 beats, bleu, and you sing de tes dons qu'il retourne comblé. So everything is pianissimo apart from that one moment where it's like opening the door into the room and then closing it again. All right, beautiful, beautiful piece. And then at the end, we have two little very short phrases starting in bar 81, and it's 1, 2, 3, with me, and then we sing qui retourne comble. Well done, Sopranos, great job. I'll see you at the end of the video for the full sing through. Hi Altos, lovely to see you, bonjour. Welcome to your rehearsal for this lovely bit of Fauré. And you, in a very typical choral way, you are the glue that holds all of the harmony together. Some beautiful, beautiful moments for you. Lots of semitones and beautiful A flats that kind of punctuate through the texture. So let's get started, shall we? Now, you don't come in on the first page, you come in bar 19, and we'll have the words and the music at the bottom. And you echo the basses. The basses start here and they sing and then a few bars later you sing after 3, 2, 3 de l'impossible nuit ne rompant le silence divin sauve je te salue ciel. And notice it gets quieter and quieter and quieter towards the end of that phrase. Now let's very quickly go through that. For the most part, the opening of that moves by step. And I would say when you get to that, as we've been rehearsing recently, there's a moment of great tension there, which then resolves. And a lot of that is down to you clashing with the bassist note. So lean into silence and make the resolution lighter. And then divin sauve je te salue, and make sure you're just being really careful with all those semitones and all that chromatic movement, because it's quite easy to sing flat. And then that divin sauve, it's worth practicing that. That's a tritone. And it's a tricky interval to practice, or tricky interval to sing, so it's worth a bit of rehearsal. Let's sing from the beginning there. De la possible nuit. Okay, 1, 2, 3. De la possible nuit, ne rompant le silence, divin sauve, je te Lovely. It's a wonderful bit of writing there. Now, we have a page where the organ plays a lovely solo, little bit of instrumental work, and then we come in and notice it's marked dolce, which means sweetly. So keep everything here still relatively quiet for a few bars. You'll then see in bar 44, when we get to Que tu l'enfer, we get a crescendo and we get to move finally up to some forte singing, but we're not there for long. So just be aware this all needs to be very sweet. And your line is from Réponds, 2, 3. Réponse, le feu de ta grâce puissante, que ton enfer, fuit au son de ta voix. Beautiful bit areas of writing, as I said. And again, just as with the first part, that you'll make sure you're leaning into the important syllables, really stressing them, and then pull away. Don't accent them, lean in. A bit like with the Elgar last week. Let's sing together. Réponds sous nous. 1, 2, 3. Réponds sous nous, le feu de ta grâce puissante, que ton enfer fuit au son de ta voix. Very nice. Ran out of air at the end there. If you need to take a breath, just take a note out. If you were part of a choir, you'd all be staggering the breathing. Anyway, now as soon as you get to that note, we've got to instantly go down to piano. That's what subito means, suddenly, quiet. And we sing, Ti sei per le sole, come languissante. So that's quite tricky. Listen to it on its own. Let's sing that first phrase, please. 1, 2, 3. Ti sei per le sole, tuo nome languissante. Okay, so let's try that together, please. The whole thing. Do you super? 2, 3. Ti sei per le sole, tuo nome languissante. It's a short note on the end there. Now the basses, followed by the tenors, start off this rising fourth, rising fifth. You pick up the rising fourth from the basses. So the basses go ki, la, tenors, and you ki, la, conduit, and you hear at the end there again that wonderful tension and release. So hit that first note on loire and pull back, and then the basses again, tenors, and you qui la conduit dans l'oubli de ta loi. And just make sure you're really enjoying that. Let's sing those two sections together. So we're going to go from the basses first, qui la conduit, and we'll sing those two together before we head off towards the ending of the piece. So the basses lead, and the tenors, and you. Qui la conduit dans l'oubli de ta loi. Qui la, qui, and qui la conduit dans l'oubli de ta loi. And then we're heading back towards the beginning of the piece. Now the basses get quieter throughout their last note of that phrase, and then you hear very familiar music. And the tenors pick up. And then just as at the beginning, the same notes but slightly louder and with different words, we sing Okay, so let's sing Reçois le chant qu'il offre together, please, altos. 2, 3. Reçois le chant qu'il offre à ta gloire. Very nice, and then we're in on the beats. In the next bar we sing Immortal. So just that, please, and and we're getting louder through that into the last section, and this again will be familiar because there's a lot that's based on what went before. So we'll sing from Et de tes dents all the way through to the end of the next page. Okay, so we sing 2, 3. Et de tes dents qui retournent comme le. Then suddenly quiet. Et de tes dents qui retournent couple of things to just pick up there before we sing the whole thing. At the et de te don, it's suddenly quiet. Just listen to it. That's moving up in semitone, so just be careful. Combination of that and the French pronunciation is quite easy to go flat there, so just be careful. And then another tritone. And that note rising to the D flat is really important at the end. Where you anticipate the next chord. So let's sing, please, altos. Let's go from Reçois le chant in bar 65 all the way through to the end of that section, and we have 2 phrases, and then you're done. Okay? So here we go. Reçois. Nice deep breath. 1, 2, 3. Reçois le chant qu'il offre à ta gloire. Suddenly quiet. And we sing. That's the end of the piece. So altos, hope you enjoyed that. I look forward to seeing you at the end of the video for a full sing through. Hi tenors, bonjour. Fantastic to see you. Thanks for waiting. Let's get to this glorious bit of Fauré, shall we? And although you're third in the queue for the rehearsals today, you were actually second into this piece. The bass is set off with a beautiful bit of pianissimo singing, and you follow. And I have to say, tenors, you have really the lion's share of the beautiful lines here. Everyone's got a beautiful part, but you get to sing some particularly nice moments. Now the basses start with their vertical, très haut. Now their A flat there, their third note is your first note. So when they sing vertical, keep that note in your head. Because you then sing 2, 3. Notre unique espérance, jour éternel de la terre des cieux. It's all hovering around that D flat and that C, and keep it really, really gentle. All right, lots and lots of air, lots and lots. Just keep it balanced like you're on a tightrope. Let's sing that all together. Notre unique espérance. And of course, because this is French, on those strong syllables, lean in, and then on the syllables towards the ends of the words, for example, espérance, make sure the last syllable is considerably lighter. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Notre unique espérance, jour éternel de la terre des cieux. Very nice. Then he goes, nous rompons le silence. Sing for me, 2, 3. Nous rompons le silence. And as you can tell by my performance, you're really emphasizing that second note of silence and making the last syllable significantly lighter. We now go up into your upper register and we sing 2, 3. Divin Sauveur, je te sous nous les yeux. And again again, we're going to lean into les yeux. Okay, so let's sing Divin Sauveur. Ready, 2, 3. Divin Sauveur, je te sonne les yeux. Very nice, très bien. We then sing Divin Sauveur, je te sonne les yeux. And you'll notice from the score and from my performance, the Divin Sauveur is forte. It's the first time we get to sing at that sort of dynamic in the piece, so make sure you enjoy yourselves. Listen though, it becomes more chromatic. That's worth spending a couple of minutes singing to yourself and just making sure you're happy with those semitones that are a little bit unexpected. So let's sing from that. Let's sing that last phrase, Divin Sauveur. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Divin Sauveur, je te sonne les yeux. Lovely. Thanks ever so much, tenors. Now there's a bit of an extended instrumental break where the organ will play a little solo. We then join up with the choir at bar 39. The music's at the bottom, as you can see, or if you're following along on the score. And here, if you've been singing with me for a while, I've said before, particularly in Baroque music, if you have a wide leap, that usually indicates high emotion, and you have one of those leaps here. Even though this isn't Baroque music, there is a lot in common with that particular style. So you start on an A flat at Réponds sous nous, and we sing 1, 2, 3. Réponds sous nous la fin de ta grâce puissante, que tout l'enfer, fuit en son de ta voix. Isn't that the most wonderful line? It's almost operatic. It really is beautiful. It starts quietly, as I say, Réponds sous nous, and keep it sweet. Then please give me a little bit more as you rise up for the first sixth and then the second. Bring that top F out and then crescendo to the forte as marked, and make it really emotional. Let's sing together, please, tenors. 1, 2, 3. Réponds sous nous le feu de ta grâce puissante, que tout l'enfer fuit en son de ta voix. Very nice, very emotional, very intense. Now the sopranos and altos, come in on their G flat, and you need that G flat there as well, because you sing after 1 and 1. Dissipe le sommeil for 1 languissante. Okay, you have a little sequence there with a little twiddle at the end, which is really rather pleasing. So let's sing those two phrases together from Dissipe and 1. Dissipe le sommeil and 1. Languissante. Lovely. Now the bass is set off. Okay, with the tonic to the the dominant to the tonic. You then pick up their B flat and you leap up a fifth. So it's like horns and trumpets. The basses sing qui la, we sing qui la conduit à l'oubli de tel noir. Again, just so beautiful. One of the best tenor lines ever written. I worked with a conductor once who said this plus the line in the Requiem is why God made tenors. I'm not sure if I entirely agree, but I certainly think it's a divine piece of music. So the basses sing qui la conduit à l'oubli de tel noir. And use your mouth shape to bring that first note forward, loire, and then pull back. The basses then sing forte, qui la, we sing again, qui la conduit Very nice indeed. Okay, tenors. So now we're heading towards the end. And now the basses will set off for the end. They are diminuendoing and they're getting quieter before they sing Au Christ soit favorable. And we refer back to the opening music for this section. It's quiet, it's very gentle, and very sustained here. It's not quite as quiet as the opening. The opening was pianissimo, this is piano, but still we have to have that in mind. It will then build to a beautiful climax. So the basses sing Au Christ soit favorable, and tenors sing À ce peuple fidèle pour ta bénie maintenant rassemblés. Let's sing that all together, tenors, please. Remember, keep it very sustained, very quiet indeed. You'll have an opportunity to get louder in just a minute. So the basses sing Au Christ soit favorable, and we sing 2, 3. À ce peuple fidèle pour ta bénie maintenant rassemblés. And now we start a beautiful set of sequences where we sing À ta gloire immortelle et de tes dons qui résonnent comme l'air. Which is all very familiar. It's all based on music we've had before, except the impetus is different, the emphases are different, because of course the words are different as well. So let's sing back from À ta gloire and crescendo through. Enjoy those chromatic moments, and then with just a few bars before we're finished. Okay, À ta gloire. And 1. À ta gloire immortelle et de tes dons qui résonnent comme l'air. And then subito piano, suddenly pianissimo, we sing et de tes dons qui résonnent comme l'air. And notice it's a sudden pianissimo, but there is a moment where we crescendo out and back down again, all within the space of 1 bar. And right back down to pianissimo. Beautiful little moment there. Then the organ plays this nice little instrumental, and we sing with me, and lovely, and that is again pianissimo, and that leads us to the very, very last couple of bars, and we sing Qu'il retourne comble. Thanks very much indeed, tenors. Look forward to seeing you at the end of the video for a full sing through. Hello basses, thanks for your patience. Let's get started. Now actually, although you're the last to rehearse today, you are the first to sing in this movement. You open the piece with a beautiful, very, very quiet, quite dark sound. And in fact, throughout this movement, the sound that we make mustn't be too bright. There are a couple of moments where you'll be asked to bring your voice forwards, and in a couple of places actually where you'll be asked to sing quite loudly, but for the most part it is a very gentle, almost sotto voce sort of sound. And so we begin at the opening, and please follow along at the bottom, or if you have your score, this is at the bottom of the first page. We're in the key of D flat major, and your first First line is after 3. 1, 2, 3. Verbe calmo très haut, notre unique espérance, joie éternelle de la terre et des cieux, nous rompons le silence. Divin Sauveur, je te sous nous les yeux. Divin Sauveur, je te sous nous les yeux. I do appreciate that was a long block of singing. We're going to break it up into into smaller pieces, but just bear in mind that that is one long section of singing, and you need to find opportunities to breathe. So if you are following along with a printed score, maybe have a pencil at the ready. If you've got a digital score, maybe consider making some marks in. Now at the very beginning, that very opening, Verbe calmo très haut, be really careful. That's very, very easy to go flat on that first entry. So although I don't want it to be bright, I do want you to be smiling with these muscles either side of your eyes. Let's sing that together. 1, 2, 3. Verbe calmo très haut. Lovely. And then the next bit is notre unique espérance. Very nice. Again, same advice when you're coming down the scale. Just make sure you're smiling here. Okay. We then carry on. Joie éternelle de la terre et des cieux. Okay. Most of that's moving by step, and it's still very, very quiet, almost under the breath. Okay, so let's sing from the beginning to there. 1, 2, 3. Verbe calmo très haut, notre unique espérance, joie éternelle de la terre et des cieux. Lovely. Now there, we move on the third beat in that bar of cieux. We then move down to nous. Okay, in your next line, the climax of it is actually one of the lowest notes in the pieces. You sing nous rompons le silence. And just make sure that the lowest note there, that bottom F, on that beautiful clash, is stronger than the note the octave above. Silence. It's worth practicing that little pullback so you don't make it lumpy there. So let's sing from nous, as in nous rompons le silence. Music's at the bottom. And 1, 2. Nous rompons le silence. Very nice. And now we sing Divin Sauveur, je te sous nous les yeux. And just notice all those little chromatic moments where we move up by a semitone. Remember to keep that lighter. Here we can start to crescendo basses. Okay, so from Divin Sauveur, can we sing those last notes there and crescendo as marked in the score? 1, 2, 3. Divin Sauveur, je te sous nous les yeux. And then at full voice, Divin Sauveur, je te sous nous les yeux. Okay, Okay, and you will have noticed, of course, from both music and from my performance, after that bar of high emotion and forte dynamic, it then gets quiet and the last two bars are piano. Okay, thank you, basses. Now let's move on. There's a little instrumental interlude, beautiful little tune there that's played, and we come in as if emerging from the mist. Répand sur nous le feu de la grâce puissante. It's beautiful, beautiful bit of writing here. It's very, very low in your range, so don't growl it, keep it sweet as much. Dolce means sweet. Okay, we sing after 3. 1, 2, 3, répand sur nous le feu de ta grâce puissante. Very nice, okay? Let's sing that one more time. Répand, 2, 3, répand sur nous le feu de ta grâce puissante. Very nice. We leap up the octave then, and we sing after 3, 2, 3. Que tout l'enfer, que tout l'enfer fuit au son de ta voix. Very nice. We're building up to that B flat and we're getting louder. Faire fuit au son de ta voix. And again, phrase that so that the first note of the bar, de ta voix, is stronger and the others die away. Very much keeping with the French language and the way it's stressed. We then have a couple of beats while the sopranos and altos sing together. We go back to that B flat and we answer them and we sing after 1 and 1. Dissipe les sommets for 1 languissante. And make that last note again, make it lighter. Don't slide down to it, don't hit it too loud. Languissante. Now we need to grab a breath because we're back in on one of my favourite moments in the entire work for the basses. We sing 2, 3. Qui l'a conduit à l'oubli de tes lois. Qui l'a conduit à l'oubli de tes lois. Absolutely beautiful. Notice the first one is mezzo forte. Qui la. Make sure that's like a fanfare, like the horns coming in, just like in that wonderful moment in the Fauré Requiem in the Agnus Dei. And then the real fire, when we sing it again, we sing it forte. Qui la conduit. Make sure you're enjoying that. Let's sing the two together, please. So the qui la conduit, the first time, mezzo forte. 2, 3. Qui la conduit à l'oubli de tes lois. Qui la conduit à l'oubli de tes lois. Very nice. Now, as soon as you hit that note, you need to get quieter. And you need to grab a breath because we're heading back towards the beginning, okay? So this music will be familiar because it's based on the opening section. And so we sing 2, 3. Ô Christ, sois favorable à ce peuple fidèle pour te very much based on the music at the beginning and very quiet, not quite as quiet as at the beginning, which was pianissimo. This is merely piano, and so we can make it slightly more sustained and sing through those repeated notes and make everything full of meaning and full of beauty. So, Ô Christ soit favorable, please, basses. 1, 2, 3. Ô Christ soit favorable à ce peuple fidèle pour te bénir maintenant Very, very nice indeed. Now, as soon as we hit that last note, we're off again, and we're now leading towards the end of the piece. So as soon as we hit that note, we drop down, and there was a wonderful series, a wonderful sequence where we sing the same pattern, but the first time it's starting on a D flat, second time it starts on an E flat, and then the last time it's an F. So you get this sense of rising towards a climax. Okay, so reçois le chant qu'il offre. Okay, so we sing after one and one. Reçois le chant qu'il offre, ta gloire immortelle. Okay, chant qu'il offre, ta gloire immortelle. Okay, let's sing together, please. Reçois le chant, and one. Reçois le chant qu'il offre, ta gloire immortelle, et de tes dons qu'il retourne comble. Which again will be familiar. It's based on the music from the beginning. Let's sing that de tes dons one more time. 2, 3. De tes dons qu'il retourne comble. And then suddenly, subito, pianissimo. De tes dons qu'il retourne. And it will really help if you can bring that dynamic right down. It'll help you get through to the end without taking a breath in an opportune place. It'll also make a big difference when you get louder and quieter in that bar in the middle of the phrase. Let's sing that one more time. Et de tes dons, please. 2 after 2. 1, 2. Et de tes dons qu'il retourne comble. Very nice. We have a couple of bars. We sing et de tes dons. Nice and simple. Okay, and then to end, we sing qu'il retourne comble. Thanks very much in D basses. Slightly trickier than last week, but I think you'll agree it's absolutely beautiful. So let's have a sing together, shall we?
Verbe gallo très haut, notre unique espérance, journée éternelle de paisible ciel. Nous rompons le silence divin sauveur, je te souhaite, Dieu. favorable, c'est